holiday. Still more holiday to be had, guys. Still more holiday to be had. I know we all look forward to the holidays. Well, the majority of us do anyway, and there's always good reason for that. And yeah, I kind of added a little longer intro there. I had some stuff I had to get ready while I was getting this going. And I figured I might give some people a little extra time to kind of get in here, get their notifications, and hey, Axe, what's up, bud? And maybe pop in and see what's going on. I've been kind of, I'm just going to be honest with you guys, I unplugged. You guys are buffering pretty bad. Let me check. Is that just Jerry or is that everybody? Somebody let me know. Says I got good stream. But if you guys would just oh, you guys good? Okay. Yeah, Jerry, you might back out and come back in. Sorry you're having that issue. If it's listen guys, if it's on my end, it would be everybody would have it. So just so you know, that's the only reason why I say that, just so everybody kind of understands it. If it isn't, if everybody isn't having it, then it's not on my end. So not much I can do. Okay, cool. Hope you get better connection there, Jerry. That does suck. I hate going to somebody's stream and it's buffering, and it might not even, like I said, it's probably not even mine. It could just be an issue wherever. And we're going to talk about a little bit about that too. But let me say hi to everybody real quick, and we'll get into this. And again, guys, sorry, it was a little bit longer of an intro. I hope you guys don't mind, but I was still getting stuff ready, and I wanted to get everybody in here. So what's up, Divine? You got number one there. Julie, E-Rock, Kim, Hoppason. Sorry. I always butcher that name. I'm sorry. Hey, hi from Michigan. Good. You're close to me. Suzette, Jerry, there you are again. Armed, E-Rock, Sissy, Jacqueline, Woke, 513, telling you, top 10 every time. Planet Deception, Pink Lady, Mary, Dinah, Teresa. Hey, good to see you, Teresa. Hope you had a really good holiday. I really do. Hope everybody did, matter of fact. D, Rick, George, Toyota, Carolyn, Jerry again, E-Rock, Andy, Diane, Tommy. Guys, I go down through inside everybody, but obviously that takes quite a bit of time. Hey, Angelo, holding it down in the Bronx for me, baby. Axe, what's up, my brother from up north? That's what I'm talking about. I love my Canucks. Hi to Nacho Business, too, if she's in here. If not, tell her I said hi, brother. Anyway. Yeah, guys, I it was a little bit longer of an intro. I just wanted to give everybody a chance to get in here and kind of, I was setting up some stuff, too, but I figured why not. I probably won't have that long of an intro all the time. I understand that song there sometimes will actually hit the algorithm too, and it'll kind of, sometimes I've seen it kick people off. So yeah, are you guys buffering real bad? Okay, let me just do something real quick. Okay, I'm gonna take off some of these things that I don't necessarily need right at this second, and we'll just go back to them. Okay. I know some of them that load fast, so what I'll do, or something else here I can do too. Whenever these stupid video players are playing, it will slow the heck, man, it will eat the bit rate. Oh my gosh. Yes, frequency. Actually, I was going to talk about that in just a second. Well, what frequency's asking me here, guys, do I have a P.O. box? And I do. And I'm going to, yeah, if I can find it. Let's go to, yeah, here it is. I'll drop it down in here for you, frequency. That way you can have it. I do. And I understand, guys. I know that not everybody wants to do things electronically. I get it. I really do. And, guys, let me say this, too. I would honestly, seriously, at least keep yourself in practice using snail mail. I'm not even just saying that. Because you just never know where that might be the only kind of communication you got. So, yeah. So there you go. There's my P.O. box, guys. Be awesome. Yeah, I'm hearing some stuff about a huge earthquake. When did it happen, Ricky? Do you know? By the way, I'm going to put my PayPal in there too, guys, real quick. If you guys are interested in helping me out, I much appreciate it. It is helping me out tremendously. I cannot tell you guys how thankful I am. Let me go ahead and there's my PayPal, and I do want to read off a couple names before I forget all this. Okay, I will. I'll just keep moving, and I'll forget, and I don't want to do that. You guys are too important for me just to not say your names. You know. Anyway, we'll go with this first here. Elise H, Marie A, Christopher R, Fran B, David W, Robert L, Karen R, Ralph D, J, Rosa C, Martin, and David W. And I want to say thank you guys, anybody that ever does that for me. It's never expected. It's always appreciated. And that's just the God's honest truth. You know, I never intended to do anything like this with a PayPal at all, ever. I also want to give a shout out to Carol K. Okay. That was actually a P.O. box, guys. So that is definitely, yeah. That's definitely a good way to... I do appreciate reading the letters also. I read the emails too. So if you guys want to see me send emails or what have you, just let me know. And that way I know which ones to read. Sometimes, guys, I can't get to all of them. So if you give me a specific, like, hey, I donated and I just wanted to send you an email also. You can also leave an email on the PayPal site or a note with it. If you donate as a friend there too, they don't take fees out. Just so you guys know. I'm not sure if you guys knew that or not. There's been a couple times, I got like a 15-cent donation. I think it was an accident, and they took all of it for a fee. It was crazy. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. So, all right, Ricky. I'm hearing a lot of stuff about the earthquake, and does anybody have a link? Let's see here. I mean, if anybody's got a link to any of that kind of information, guys, I haven't seen anything on it. So, okay. Here we go. Oh, man, my chat shut off. Hold on a minute, guys. Shut off again. You know what? This did this the last time, didn't it? I think it did. I do. Let's go back to this. I'll probably have to take it and get just copy and paste the URL. Okay. Give me a second, guys. That's what I'll do. I think I had to do that last time. I don't know why it was doing that, but it did it, and it worked when I did it like this. So let's just do that. See what happens. Okay, I'm gonna pause it. It worked, so that does help. Let me get up another YouTube link, YouTube tab here, guys, so I can get the live chat back. Give me 1 second. I wouldn't have had to do that if I hadn't have crashed it the first time. That was my fault. So let me get the chat back up. I'm sorry. I don't mean to burn up your guys' time here, but you know, things happen. This is live. I am going to pop that chat out. We're going to put and I know that some people that stream, they do put they'll have a scene where they have it over here, the chat, that's just kind of transparent. I can't read that chat, okay? I can, but it's hard to see. Also, the reason I don't, make that a permanent position is the fact of what I do. I have to move you guys around if I want you guys up there. You know what I mean? So, here's this. So, Let's where's this at? I'm guys. I'm looking at this for the first time. So, just so you know. Hey Susan, good to see you. Is this Kilauea? Is this Hawaii? I think it is, isn't it? Pretty sure. I'm sorry, I missed it. I just emailed you earthquake helioplot. Okay. I'll have to pull it up on my. Give me a second, guys. What I'll do is we'll run through some other stuff here while I'm loading this up because it will take a minute. I can't just pull it up here on the computer because if I do, then it shows stuff that shouldn't be out there. But while we're doing this, what I'll do here, guys, is hey Russell, how you guys doing? Menacing, good to see you. IG, good to see you. This is obviously the Schumann resonance, and what you're looking at, guys, is yeah, that's a pretty decent little thing going on here. Okay, number one, it's pretty significant that it's doing this right here. You got all the greens and the whites all together. That's lasting quite a bit. Plus, hey, good to see you, Optics. Plus, right here, okay, you got a little curved action going on here. Just have to say, okay, that little curved horizontal action stuff is most definitely, yeah. That when we see those kinds of things like that, that is a definite signature that is not normal, okay? And with that, I just have to say, you know, I don't know what's causing that, but what I can tell you is that there is stuff going on right now. We're having quite a bit of earthquakes, number one. Number two, we are definitely having an uptick in like solar wind stuff that's going on that's not being reported or not expected. Both. Just so you guys know. And with that being said, what do we do? You know, how do we go about going to do what we got to do? All the above, right? Well, there's not a whole lot that we can do about space weather, guys. We're not going to be able to deflect anything other than what the Earth itself is going to deflect. That is just the way that it is. Okay? I just want you guys to understand that. I really do. So we're going to, you know, like I said, not much more we can do with that. Let me see here. Did you just now email that to me, Ricky? Sorry. If you did, yeah, I might not have it yet. Let me, Give me a second, guys. Sorry. Trying to get to it. Is it on the Helioplot site? If it is, I can find it there. Oh, man. This is important to see here. Oh, no, there we go. Let's see here. I got your email on the Northern Lights thing, Optics. So thank you for sending that to me. Appreciate that. Yeah, Ricky, I'm not seeing yours for some reason. Guys, let me say this too. I've been getting like, my mail is like really slow. I don't know why. So anyway, we're going to have to move on from that real quick. But what we can do though, I will pull up the helioplots. Is it something that just now happening, Ricky, or is it something that happened somewhere else? Whoa. Wow. That's probably the 6-7, I would say. Wow. Guys, I'm not seeing anything like a 9 in the Antarctic anywhere, okay? Hey, Richard. Good to see you, bud. I'm sorry I was kind of AWOL there for a minute. Believe it or not, guys, I did a stream for about, I don't know. Oh, did you send it again? Okay, I'll check it out here in a minute. I haven't had a chance to read it, though, yet, Optics. I was just looking at it, but thank you for sending it. I'll take a look at it. I unplugged, just so you guys know. For about 2 or 3 days, I completely unplugged from all this. I needed to, just so everybody knows. Hey, birthday, good to see you. There's some times where we just got to do stuff like that. Guys, this looks like this was recent. That's kind of crazy. Did they? Wow, menacing. He says they took down the grass at Yellowstone today. Right after the Chile quake? Okay. Is the helio plot you want me to see, is it here on this site too? You said that was in Hawaii. So maybe we can find it here. Here's Kippawa, Hawaii. Is that the same? I'm not sure which one. It was huge, huh? Oh my God. There's a lot of seismic activity, guys. I mean, this is something that, you know, we talk about this. Now, this is interesting. Look at that. You get a decent sized one, you get a secondary one here. That's interesting. Oh, wow, look at that. See, what's interesting to me, check this out, guys. Oh, look. Wow, that's Antarctica. Look at this, guys. This is right now, isn't it? That's right now. This is Antarctica. And if that's actually like a, I don't know. Yeah. I'm sorry I don't know how to read these as well as everybody else does. Because I don't. I don't. Let's see here. Well, Ricky, here's why I'm talking about this one. Everybody's talking about like a big freaking 9.0 earthquake had happened. Did that just happen? Let me check USGS. I mean, let me tell you this, okay? First off, if there's a 9 something in the Antarctic, they're not going to put it here. Not until they do something. Oh, wow. So you're saying that they really did have one that big there? Oh my God. You talking 5 in the morning like now? Or earlier? That's why I said, guys, I completely unplugged. I'm sorry. I was just trying to go through stuff to bring you something to look at. Wow. Earlier. Okay. But a 9? Wow. I am, that is, for them not to put that there, that's, wow. Which it doesn't really, that part doesn't surprise me, But, Ricky, which helioplot did you want me to look at? Here, let me check my mail again. Maybe I think I got it now. Hold on a minute. I'm sorry. I know I'm a little lost. No 9.0? Okay. That's what I thought. I thought it was like the 6.5, which would have been the one. Oh, I see. Okay. This is, I think that was the one I was showing you. I might have got lucky and had the right one. Let's see here. Okay, I was showing it, wasn't I? Yeah, I thought I was. Let's go back down to it. What's the name of did somebody type in the name of the site here, Ricky, if you could? What's the name of the helioplot? Okay, I got you. Wow. Okay, so Terry was saying that there was a 9, like right here. I mean, that would be. Yeah, no one lives down there. That's the thing. Okay. Make no mistake though. I promise you, they got stuff down there, no doubt. The fact that we're just not gonna know. Yeah, no separate quake. Okay. So we're seeing all this, guys, and when we see these kinds of things happen, it's like it gets, number one. Wouldn't you think something like this? This is in Kenya. This is the Kenya helioplot. I mean, that's significant, guys. And then you see these other ones. This is Zambia. Obviously, that's the same area of the world, but yeah. Galapagos Island. That's pretty intense. So it looks like it rang, that intensity didn't last that long, but looks like it rang pretty good though. I mean, for it to go all the way through the globe, I mean, oh man, look at that. That's Venezuela. Wow. Yeah, I agree with that, Mark. I really do, Mighty Mark. I think sometimes we forget that. We've seen so many times that you can just tell that they're jacking with you. But then you get on here and you're looking at it, and sometimes we forget that, Mark. Thank you for saying that. Because there are times it's just a human mistake, guys. Or a computer mistake. I get raked over the coals so much for saying any of that. It's like I'm not allowed to say that here on my channel because of what I usually talk about. I'm just trying to, well, like my song said at the beginning of the show, I'm just trying to be real. Wow, I mean, you guys are awesome. I mean, honestly. The link to what, Optics? I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up here. The link to this? You want the link to this? The helioplots? Sure thing. I can drop that in here. Not a problem. That's a good question too, Dr. He or she, I'm not sure, I can't tell. Says are there any hydrogen, not hydrogen, high speed particle colliders down there? I would, man, if I was going to put one somewhere, guys, wouldn't that be where you would want to put it? I mean, because that's one of the things that they fight is temperature when we're talking about getting those things going to what they need to go to. Digi Knowledge, awesome. Awesome. Guys, go check it out. He started a channel. Drop your link in there, brother. Those are the long lines. Ricky, I just need to get you on here one of these days. I'm serious. I need to get over to Ron's channel. I was gonna, Jeff P called me last night, guys. And said that he wanted to do a live stream today, and I didn't know I was having another family get together today, so I wasn't able to do it. And there's a lot of stuff going on, so yeah, I mean, something happened here. You know, this isn't just on one helio plot. This is something that was a global type of situation. Let me say this too, guys. When we do get bigger quakes, a lot of times they'll ring through the whole globe. And I know that everybody's been around the quake conversation at all understand that already. But for the new people, just know that when you get a big quake, you will see it ring through most of the time. It'll ring through the whole planet. And the further you get away from the epicenter, typically it'll get either smaller or less intense. So, so when we're looking at this, you know, we got to always keep that in mind. And there is always, you know, the chance for human error or whatever. But let me say this too. When we see things like this, and we see it, like, you go up here, and you see these big ones that are happening. And again, I don't know exactly how to read these. But when it's on more than one helio plot, or if it's just, you know, because that could be a glitch or human error type of situation. But when you start seeing it on bigger ones or multiple ones kind of showing the same kind of thing, it's kind of hard to say that is a mistake of computer or human error. You know, you guys know what I do. Like when I see something on a satellite, I really truly try to go confirm that with another satellite. Because if they both show it, then that just kind of, you know, it kind of puts it in stone that something actually did happen. So, you know, so when you see these going, you know, this is Hawaii, this is Antarctica, guys. So, you know, when we're talking about this, you know, this is I'm not sure if it's exactly at the same, it wouldn't be at the exact same time anyway. But you know, that's a similar duration, and it's a similar type of signature. So it's almost, you know, being that far apart, something happened. You know, now I'm not smart enough or, you know, educated enough on this subject to tell you guys anything else other than that. But they do, the larger ones that I'm seeing here do look very similar in time and, you know, just the signature shape of it, period. Yeah, I kind of thought that too. Yeah, it's, man. Yeah, you guys are taking me by surprise here a little bit, you know. It almost makes you wonder, when I look at stuff like this, and, you know, even if it does go global, like it'll rumble through and we'll get rung, it makes you wonder if sometimes it doesn't, like, reverberate throughout the whole globe from the inside out. Because if it happened from something outside, like if it, like say we got impacted by something space weather related, and it was almost like a specific area that it hit, very, very pinpointed, hard hit. If that was to happen, it doesn't necessarily have to ring throughout the whole globe. It can almost, like, in my opinion, take like a straight, like say a section, like up and down, like a bar, from either north to south or southwest to northwest or northeast, whatever direction we're talking here. But it doesn't necessarily have to hit every inch of the globe. So, that's kind of how I look at it. If it was something like that, or even from the inside, if it was something that specific. But the other thing I want to say, though, every time we have like a volcanic eruption, you see it on all the helioplots. Like the one that happened in Kilauea was only, the earthquake related with that volcanic eruption was only a 4.4, and every helioplot on the planet went crazy. So it's stuff like that, and I'm just not educated enough to be able to kind of get into that yet. That's why I lean a lot on Ricky and Isaiah's granny, and along with a lot of you other guys that are in here throwing information at me. Mighty Mark was in here talking about it. Who else was in here talking? But yeah, I appreciate you guys so much on that, because I don't have the knowledge there. Yeah, for sure. Hey, Body and Soul, good to see you. Hey, Knowledge, we'll pop over to your channel in a few minutes to check it out, okay? Yes, guys, please check that out with her. Go check her channel out. I don't say that enough, Ricky. I am sorry. Sometimes I forget you have because I'm talking to you all the time, so I kind of forget to say that about your channel. So please forgive me with that. But go check it out, guys. I'm going to copy and paste this and see if I can't. Let's go. What the heck did I do? Must have did something stupid there. Daggone it. Jacked it up again. Sorry, guys. My goodness, man. That's kind of crazy. It's all happening all at once. Sorry about that. I really am. I don't want to do that to you guys. Alright. I don't know why, guys. I don't know why that happens. If anybody has any reason why that happens, please let me know. Like when I copy and paste a URL, why do I lose my chat? It's ridiculous. Hey, Marie, good to see you. But yeah, guys, please go check out, Knowledge's new channel, Ricky's channel, and yeah, Terry's channel also. Again, guys, please, especially my mods, please go ahead and drop your links. You're not gonna, I trust you guys, and that's why you guys got a wrench. If you want to, you're not going to offend me by dropping your own link, okay? I know it's what, a lot of channels don't want their moderators doing that kind of stuff, but let me tell you something. You guys are here helping me, so why in the world would I tell you you cannot drop your own link? That's crazy. Now, if you're just spamming the heck out of it, then yeah, I'm going to have an issue, but... Oh, it's okay, Christine. It's okay. We can get your link in there here in a few minutes. But I do want to get on to, a little bit of what's going on here. It just kind of stopped the whole thing, kind of changed the whole vibe here, didn't it? But let's look at the current earthquakes, okay? Seeing how we're on that subject right now. Let's just do that. Then this is the official reported stuff. Obviously, I know that we can't get all of the stuff. I get it, but when you look at this and I see these colors, okay, guys, this is USGS. If you ever come over here and you see these colors, I tell you what I look at first, because what's important to me is loss of life. Now, the first thing I look at is if there's a box right here. You guys see this? If there's any kind of an issue with a tsunami, there will be a box right here that has a wave on it. And you click on it, and if there's any kind of warnings, official warnings and stuff, they'll put that there. Okay? So, you know, if you're wanting to know that. Now, again, this is all saying that this is all in the up and up when we're talking about USGS. Okay? And I get it. I understand. We don't have a whole lot of other things to, you know, go off of. We just don't. We have other things we can, and we're finding more. Like Menacing brought the Canadian site to me, and stuff like that. And you know, there's other helioplots like Ricky's been, you know, talking about. And yeah, she just dropped the link to her YouTube channel. So please, guys, go check her out. I promise you, you will learn. I know, my gosh, I mean, that's why people like Ron and Terry are so important. Okay? They are. They're important. Because look what's happening. Now Ricky has got the knowledge from them guys, and she's starting a channel spreading all that. And you know, I have learned a lot. And so, about earthquakes, I've learned more from Ricky than I have anybody else. And that's just through chat and emails. So, just so you know. Yeah, thanks for dropping that Canadian link in there. It does help, guys. And again, I'm going to show that here in a minute. I thought I had it on here. We're going to look at that just real quick. Hey, grab me a pop, please. But as you're seeing this, you know, guys, they do report this a little different. You know, they'll report on new ones and stuff too. But sometimes they kind of there's a delay here. I'm not sure why, but the fact that we can still look at anything is great. Because I had a lot of people, and I'm sure Ricky and anybody else, IG, anybody in here from and Menacing, that talks about earthquakes at all. Monty Mark. It's frustrating when we hear people say, well, how come the quakes stop at the border? Well, they don't, you know, and that's the thing. You know, you would if you don't know anything about this and you looked at a USGS map, let me show you. You would think that there are no earthquakes above the northern Canadian border, right? Well, I mean, there are. They don't stop. Let me say this. Earthquakes happen in every part of the world. Now, are they normal in every parts of the world? Absolutely not. You know, and that's when we see them in the abnormal parts of the world, that's when we're like, oh my gosh, what is going on? You know, that really kind of hits you. Hey, Giggles, what's up? Siggy, my brother, what's up, man? Hey, I got your message on PayPal, okay, man? I do appreciate that. I'll be emailing you, all right? I need to get your, I'm going to email you, and hopefully we can have a phone call. I'm going to talk to you, man, about a lot of different things. You know, you do a lot of good services for this community, guys. You guys got to understand what he does. He's one of the most giving people I've ever known. He completely is utterly just trying to change the world by making people aware of other people's information. So just know that. That's who Sig is. Awesome person. That's how I found Mark Pyers, guys. Him and Scott. So just know that. Just know that. Okay, so back to the earthquakes. Here's the one that everybody is, you know, talking about. This is the 6.7. All right, notice it had this with it. There were no tsunamis. I'm not even going to click on. Well, here, so you guys can see it. Anybody who hasn't seen this before, this is what it will look like. No tsunami warnings. All the above. Right. There's also a buoy site that we can go to. I'm not going to pull it up right now. But what the buoy site is, for people that don't know, there's buoys all over the place, guys. I mean, I don't know exactly how many there are. I would say thousands. At least 1,000 or so. They're out here, right? And what they do is they measure wave height and, you know, all kinds of different data points. All right? So when the buoys start going into what they call event mode, that's when you know, that's when they start talking about, oh my gosh, tsunami. You know, now, if it's just one buoy, if you guys ever go to the buoy site and you see one buoy in event mode, please don't freak out. Sometimes they glitch out, just like we were just talking about. If it's something really, really significant, most likely you're not going to be the only one seeing it. Mainstream media may not report on it, but I guarantee you somebody in our genre will. Okay, because, you know, what I'm not seeing, Ron will see. What Ron's not seeing, I will see. What me and Ron aren't seeing, you know, Ricky will see. So, yeah, or Terry, or Scott, or, you know, anybody else that's paying attention that does this stuff. Okay? So just know that. Somebody's going to see it. And I hate to say this, but I go straight to the news feeds on my social media stuff first. Screw all that crap that's on, you know, the main channels. I'm not even going to say their names. They're not worth me even saying their names anymore. Even FOX. I don't even like, you know, guys, I mean, I used to think that was really real stuff there. It's not. I'm sorry. It's just not. Not anymore. I mean, I think I got bent over by them. They had me fooled. They really did. I don't believe any of them anymore. Not on one of them. So yeah, I mean, that's just where I'm at, guys. Oh, cool. Cool, thanks, Mighty. Yeah, Margie, I don't know if that's happened or not, guys. You know, we're going to have to wait and see. If it's a 9+, do you guys understand what that means? Guys, they don't get much bigger than that, period. And, you know, so if we're talking about these kinds of things, we got to understand what that means. But and that's why when we say there's a 9 somewhere, we better, yeah, I mean, we better know. Because that's why I seen a couple articles or a couple little snippets of some stuff on social media right before I came on live. Yeah, is it? Still? Let's just take a look at some other stuff first, okay? I don't know where else to go, guys, other than the helioplots. I really don't. Let me re-up these things. And I was showing you guys stuff that was ringing this past, you know, the within the last hour anyway. Here's the other thing, guys. Yeah, when you see stuff like this is Ethiopia. Why Ethiopia? Well, I can tell you why Ethiopia. I can't use your links, Mighty. Every time I put it in there, I lose the chat and everything else. Hey, Ron, what's up? Yeah, and that's the other thing, guys. Ron's talking about how deep the earthquake was in Antarctica. I'm not saying that there was. I think that there probably was. I haven't seen it. So it definitely could have been something there. YouTube DEC. Really? Wow. That's in Google. That's stupid. Sorry. Why'd you taking me there? Oh, See? I'm sorry. I'm going to the freaking Google bar. Oh my goodness, that's why. Yeah, screw it. Let's go here. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. This is like, yeah. All right, Monty Mark. Let me try something here. Okay. Yeah, it didn't let me do it. I don't know why. It could be blocking it, guys, just so you know. Dynamic Earth Community. Yeah. Let me go back to there then. He's live right now. I'm not going to click on his live stream. Guys, I don't want to do that to him. I don't know who he is. Well, I tell you what. I got it muted. Okay? Oh, he ain't live. This is a live feed. Okay, never mind. I apologize. Yeah. I got you. Ron Tyler is, Terry is the other guy, Marie. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with this, but you guys can go in here and you guys can probably click on these. I'm not sure if he lets you click, if you're able to click on these or not. Probably not. But this is what they're all doing right now. I'm sorry I'm not that familiar with this, guys. This is taking me a minute. So which one are we looking for? New Caledonia. I mean, this up here looks active, whatever that is. That's active. That looks pretty intense there on the bottom, whatever that means. But yeah, then you got this over here. That's Kilauea right here. So yeah, guys, I wish Pablo. Sorry. I got quiet there. I don't like doing it to you guys. Daggone it. I wish I had my stuff set up. Hey, third time. I'm gonna just have to go somewhere else here, guys. I don't want to say the wrong thing here, and so I just don't know this site. I don't know what I'm looking at, so I do apologize. I wish I did. I tell you what I'm gonna do though. I'm definitely going to get it set up to where, if this ever happens again in the future, if Ricky's in there and she's willing to come on, or Ron, or whoever else, I'll send them a link and I'll get them in there. I just don't have my OBS set up like that yet, or I would. Just remember that I'm new to this this kind of thing, this live stream, and I've only been doing it for like 3 months. So anyway, hey Grinny, what's up? So what I do want to show you guys is we do have other stuff happening, and I think that what we're seeing with this earthquake stuff, I have something to add to that. It's okay, Mighty Mark. I'll bring you on here too, and then anybody else that knows more about this stuff, I want to learn. Axe, I love you so much, brother. Man, I really wish. See, I feel like I let everybody down now. I don't like doing that. But anyway, solar wind speed, pretty normal, guys. It's not nothing crazy. Density, same thing. If anything, it's low. Now, we got a BZ that's moving up and down. What that means is that's the angle that we talk about. When it's in the negative, things are right for stuff to come in. The phi angle, you see this little flip right here? That's a polarity flip. That's the solar wind that we talk about, right? I need to just have this thing booted up all the time. This thing right here. The solar wind travels here on an interplanetary magnetic field line. That's a magnetic connection line that we have with the sun. The solar wind is charged particles that leave the sun. Plasma, essentially. So it travels on that magnetic connection line. So that's how it gets here. So the angle of which that it's at when it hits us matters, because these things aren't going to stay perfectly straight. We know that. I mean, nothing does in this universe, right? So if it's kind of going at an angle at whatever angle, this, that, or the other, that matters. That's the BZ. Now, when we talk about the phi angle, we're talking about the polarity of the charged particles. They can have a negative or a positive charge. That matters too. When it flips, when it does a little polarity flip, sometimes it'll tug on us magnetically. It does tug on us every time, but not necessarily that hard. So I hope that helps people understand that a little bit. I do like showing that because it is a very, very, very simple graphic that really explains what, at a basic level, what we're talking about. So, with that being said, there's the BZ, negative. That's the angle we're talking about, right? So, when it's in the negative, it means it's right for it to come into our system. This right here is the polarity of the wind itself. Negative to positive, positive and negative. When you see it jump down here really drastically, really fast, that means it did a pole flip. It did a polarity flip. Okay? So the temperature, nothing out of the craziness there either. Now, this is the end little model I've been talking about, guys, and this is the one I haven't been trusting very well. Very much. It's saying now, and this isn't the only place saying it, so I feel comfortable saying this. This is showing that we're going to have a pretty good spike in density here in the next 24 hours. What that means is that we could take a little bit of a bump on our magnetosphere, and it, you know, even though they're not predicting a storm, a geomagnetic storm, when you see density like this, sometimes it can cause it. And then right after the density, look what happens down here to the wind speed. It actually goes up too. But it's not out of normal range. Anything above 500 would be above normal range. So the green line is what's going on in Earth. So this right here, that right there is where we're at in time. Right now. This shows you 2 days behind us. What's happened. Okay? And it tries to predict 5 days in advance. So this is saying within the next 12 to 24 hours, we should be getting a bump on the density right here. You see it here? This is a side view of the sun and Earth. This is a top-down view of the sun and Earth. That's stereo A. Okay? Don't even worry about stereo B. We don't get to see anything from it. Okay? So what does this have to do with earthquakes? Well, it has a lot to do with it, guys. And this is something else I want to show you. Do you guys see this? This is a magnometer. This is moving. This is doing little jagged little whatevers, right? It's not all smooth and nice and even. And right at the turn of the day, it started doing some whatever it's doing. But nothing showed here yet. Geomagnetically. Everything's really right where it needs to be. I mean, we should be fending off cosmic rays and all that other stuff. But I got some stuff I want to show you guys. Right here, guys, is solar X-ray flux. That's when we see flares. Nothing going on there. This is radiation right here. The proton flux. No radiation storms. Nothing going on there. Geomagnetically, according to the KP and everything, we're fine. This that big sunspot that already made it one time around the sun, and it's now back, and it's right in front of us. It's very, very stable, though. In order for these things to flare, typically they got to have another little sunspot really close by. And again, their polarities, their magnetic connections and their polarities and stuff start interacting with each other, and that's when it flares. It's like if you take two car, you do the old jumping car trick you see in all the old 70s and 80s drama shows where they're jumping the cars by pulling the wires out and touching them. That's kind of what you see here. Now, this sunspot has a smaller one behind it, and they're pretty close by, but they're stable also. So if they start growing close to each other, they'll flare. So, yeah. Yeah, no kidding, Carolyn. Me too. Guys, this is kind of way off topic here, but I just binge watched the first season of Mork and Mindy on YouTube. It's crazy. I was cracking up. Nano. Mork calling Orson. Come in, Orson. I'm showing my age big time there. Okay, so now, this is our magnetosphere. Okay? The sun's off to the left. This is nothing but wind speed. Now, when we're not having anything going on, we shouldn't really be seeing too much action here. But we are. The reds are higher speed winds, guys. Now, again, if they don't get over 500, usually we don't see much from them. But as we see this, we're getting waves of it. And then every once in a while, you'll see this blue color sneak in. Believe it or not, that's high speed too, but it's supposedly got the different polarity. Okay? So that's what that means. Basically, it's probably moving the other direction. I don't know, but as you look at this, you see waves just coming in, right? Now, it doesn't look like we took any kind of massive hit right there, but it most definitely, we're seeing some action right there. And I'm going to show you the older magnetopause models because we had another blowout, and I'll show it to you. Notice how the density, this is just density. Now, when we're looking at this, and I see this, you guys see this? That's just density. Remember, our bow shock is there. It didn't go away. The bow shock is the point where solar wind meets our magnetic field. So if the bow shock was to go away, one or both of those would have to go away. And that's not happening because we wouldn't be having this conversation if it did. Just so you know. Now, it can get blowed back really far. It can get moved around and everything. And it does get cracks and things in it too. But it doesn't never go completely away. Shazbot, that's right. Love it. Love it, body and soul. So here you go, look. You got a little indentation right in the front. That's higher dense particles. So what that's telling me is it's pushing right there. And then where it gets low dense, that means obviously it didn't get in all the way or make it all the way through in that massive amount. That's a pretty good distance, guys. Understand, that's the Earth. Okay? So, are we seeing a crack there? Maybe. Maybe not. But it sticks around. And watch this back here. Stuff just starts moving. See how it kind of just did all that out there too? So, and I do find it interesting that lately, I want you guys to look at this. Do you see this? This is our magnetic field, right? Why are we seeing a bigger one mimic us back here? Kind of strange. Just saying. So, you know, we get this and we get this. Okay, and we're starting to see that C shape behind us quite a bit. You can see a perfect C shape back here. This is our magnetic field. So why are we seeing it this shape? That's my thing. You know, if things are moving from left to right, and if things are going outward all around in all directions from the Earth, this thing should be angled the other way, going that way. You see what I'm saying? The sun's over here. Things should be moving left to right. So the leading edge should be that way. So I don't know what's going on there. So if we look at the pressure, sometimes we see the same similar stuff. But this is just showing us pressure, right? And with earthquakes, I would think that this has, you know, this would actually point to more of that kind of thing. But I do find it odd that that's like in a triangle shape. Just odd. Nothing like significant there. I'm just stating that that was odd. Now, even with the pressure, look what you got. That same indentation thing we were just looking at. Okay? So, what we're going to do, we'll go over here to ISWA. This is the older models. Now, these are off to the right. The sun's off to the right. So, let me, I'm just going to, you know, load these up real quick, and we'll watch them, because I want to show you what's going on magnetically here a little bit. Because I do think that when we see those bigger earthquakes, matter of fact, I'm almost to the point just to say it does. You know, there does need to be some more peer-reviewed papers done on it. I get it. But in my opinion, again, I'm just telling you my opinion, I think that all this does add to earthquakes. Okay? So let me re-up that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this one full screen. Okay? This is a solar wind map. This showing you the direction of the wind. And this over here is trying to show you speed, but I don't think it's very accurate. I do think it will show us an increase or a decrease. But when we see this thing get up to 2,000 or 3,000, for every 400, that's 1 million miles per hour. No other tool will show you one that is like 3,000 or 2,000 or something like that. If it does, I want to see it because, yeah. So anyway, we'll take this and we'll go with it. You're going to see the wind speed up there jumping around. And again, let me reiterate. I think that can show fluctuations. I just don't know the complete accuracy of that. So you're seeing a whole lot of stuff happening right here, guys. I mean, and then close to the turn of the day, watch your timestamp. You're going to see some action here. Okay? Watch what this wind speed does. Now, regardless if it's actually going that high, I'm just showing you the fluctuation, how fast it happens. See it jump to 1,000, 1,400, 1,500, 1,400 again. Do you guys understand what 1,400 or 1,500 is? Like I said a minute ago, that's almost 1,600. That would be almost 4 million miles per hour. Apple bus, yes, I am very attractive. No, I'm just kidding. I just seen that. Had me Anyway, so you see this popping around. So let's bring that back down, and I'll bring this one full screen. So what you're looking at here, magnetic field lines, interplanetary magnetic field lines, the blue ones, our connection to the sun, okay, and other celestial objects. Got to say that because that's what it is. The sun is connected to absolutely every object in our solar system. So just know that. Now, when those start going all crazy, it really raises an eyebrow for me. Now, the pole lines are the black ones. They should come off our poles and stretch straight back. Okay? The closed field lines, they really should be kind of like this close. Looping around like this. Those jump around and do crazy things too. So let me show you what's going on. Notice how things out here in the front just started getting all kind of crazy. Remember, this isn't necessarily a position of our bow shock. It's just showing you different stuff here. The bow shock's there, but it doesn't have a line showing you exactly where it's at. This is basically showing you intensity, that kind of thing, heat. Alright, so if the heat's the same, you know, on one side of the bow shock as it is on the other, it's going to have the same color on this graph. So you can't really say, hell, automatically that that's the direct bow shock position. Now, I would say that it was probably pretty close to that. But anyway, let me move on. Notice how this pole line here just kind of whoop, and our magnetic field lines start getting a little crazy. Something I found interesting too, guys. This thing will do like a safety shutdown when it gets hit real hard sometimes. And it's like a 20-minute reboot, okay? It'll go down for safety and come back on in like 20 to 30 minutes. I'm not seeing any of that right now. But watch what we're getting ready to see here. Okay, let me back that up for a minute. Notice every once in a while you're seeing an IMF line kind of poke its little head out here that's broken. Watch. See that? It keeps doing it over and over and over again. So, did you guys see that? Now watch. You're going to see the heat build. We started getting hit right there. That was the initial, hey, I'm here. Notice the pole lines. This is the southern pole line. Stretching up this way. What in the world? You know what I mean? Why? So here we go. This is the turn of the day. See, it's starting to blow out. And then we get into this rat nest of a mess. Okay? And listen, guys. We're not having a geomagnetic storm, so why are we getting stuff like this happening? It's been happening now for like 3 days. I went back and looked at some of the older data. Look at this. All these IMF lines just piled up, makes it look like one big blob. Okay, look at our pole lines. All kinds of craziness, man. And look at that. All this stuff. Alright, and it's lasting. Let's go back to the beginning of it. About right there. 2237 UTC. Then another hit. You see that? Okay, we kind of calmed down, started to, but then look out in front. See it getting red again? Boom. Got hit again. Boom. Look at that. I don't even want to say what that looks like. I'm not even going to say it. Wow. Anyway. And then you got two of them. Oh my gosh. Guys, I don't know what's going on. This updated. I haven't seen this yet. This is wow. Look at that. Hey Vargas, what's up? Thank you, Ron. Thanks for reiterating that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Look at that. Man, listen, guys. We see these things coil up all the time. All right? Understand what I just told you guys. That is a pole line. That should be coming down and stretching straight back. It is not. That is a triangle. Like a shape of some sort. Now again, I'm not saying that that's some big craft or nothing like that behind us. Please don't misunderstand me there. All I'm saying is our magnetics are getting whopped. Okay? That's pretty much what I'm saying. Good one, Chewy. Says it looks like a Christmas tree. So, look at that. Now, I will have to say, guys, this is happening. Look, we got hit again. That was roughly, those were, and we're still getting hit right now. That was roughly about the time that we started seeing those helioplots, I think, at least in the last few hours, start doing some stuff. I don't know. It does look very much so related. I don't know. When we get magnetic unrest like that, it doesn't usually last that long. So whatever was hitting us there definitely was not short-lived. Oops. So let me, I'll bring this one down, and I want to show you guys the actual, this one here. This is our magnetopause, okay? Now I'm not gonna take that one full screen because it goes into a crazy looking shape. See, watch. We don't want to look at it like that. We're gonna look at it like this and just zoom in. Okay. So I'm going to update it again. I'm just going to grab it. Okay. This is about right before we started seeing issue, right? Let me, there's that hit. See, look right here. Watch. I'm going to back it up. Remember, the sun's to the right. So things should flow from right to left. Bam. Right there. Right? We push back. Now notice what happened though. The initial blast barely moved our bow shock. That's what this line is. Okay, we get hit. Barely moved it. It moved it around down here a little bit. But it fended it off quite well. Okay, then we get hit a second time. And we're starting to bounce. Okay, so like think about it like this. You guys ever had one of those stress balls where you squeeze it and it pushes back and you can let it go and that kind of thing? That's kind of what you're seeing here. They call it compression and rapid expansion. But this isn't very massive yet. I anticipate seeing a massive one here in just a second. Notice that stuff's building back here too. Okay, yeah, this is right when we said it started. So, yeah. Yeah, that's one heck of a hit, guys. Again, it didn't put us in any kind of geomagnetic unrest, but it definitely did hit us. I don't want to say unrest. It didn't raise our geomagnetic activity level. It still hit us and it bumped us around. Look at the bow shock. And let me say this too right now. We've been talking about the Antarctic, right? Look at the side that's being affected right now. Just saying. So you see that, you know, so let me back it up. We get hit, and then boom. There's that. That's the shape it should look like, pushing out back. Not reverse of that. Notice how the northern part of the bow shock is staying in place, and the southern isn't. That's kind of strange. Okay, now they're both coming in. That's getting compressed quite a bit, guys. It's not like, I don't know what, I don't know that I would call that like the worst I've ever seen it do, because it's not. But what I will say is it should not really do that. Not like that. Now, I know it didn't look as impressive as what we've seen on the other ones, but you're not going to see that kind of stuff on this one, on this map, on this tool. But the biggest thing I want you guys to understand is, you see how long the bow shock is, and how we first started seeing the impact down here with the bow shock. Watch it move up, okay? Watch what happens. Okay, let me do this real quick. Look at this little section of the bow shock. You're going to see it ripple up and move that direction like a wave. See that? I'll back it up. We'll look at it again. See that? And then, look. Watch this down here. Now tell me, when we're talking about earthquakes right now, possibly in the Antarctic, I mean, yeah, what? Why? Did this have anything to do with it? I don't know. I just think it's interesting. In my opinion, I would say that it had something to do with it. Now, obviously, it's not the only thing that's going to cause it. Okay, guys? Not usually. And the fact, guys, that was pretty directional. I'm not saying it didn't come from the sun. I'm just saying that it did look directional. So, we'll leave it at that. Geomagnetic or geoelectric field. This is different, guys. This is their attempt of a model to show us space weather's effect on our electrical grid. Okay? Or you can say it like this too. Space weather's effect on unnatural electrical components. Transformers, electrical wires, anything like that. Yeah, Angelo was bent out of shape at the bottom, wasn't it? Big time. Okay, so we'll look at this. Now, this sometimes is a good indication of how much stuff is getting through if we're talking about geomagnetic storms. So we are seeing a little bit of an uptick there. It's not huge. But I've noticed this thing will react sometimes a lot more when we see flares. Or if we're getting like big time solar wind. That kind of thing. So I'm not seeing too much there, guys, just to make it short and skinny for you. Alright, here's seeds. This is the sun. Our view from the sun. From the earth at the sun. There was a couple little CMEs that popped off. Okay? They weren't big. Nothing to write home about. They're not coming at us. I'm just going to show it to you real quick and we'll move on. I don't think we have any data for today yet. Nope. So, here's the CME tracker. I almost missed this one, guys. Look at this. Look how small this one is. boom. It's like somebody went poof. That thing is like so insignificant that I almost didn't even show it to you. This is what blows my mind about these sites. This right here is so small and so irrelevant, it means absolutely nothing, but they updated the tool for it. But we'll get huge ones. I'm talking huge ones, and they won't update it. It is so crazy to me. Okay, now, you see the Aroura surprise. I put that in my thumbnail, right? This is why. The day after Christmas, they got some pretty good looking Aroura when we weren't supposed to be having any geomagnetic activity. Okay? That's what causes Aroura. When we get hit with solar wind, those particles make it through and they interact with oxygen and nitrogen molecules. Atoms in our atmosphere. If they make it down far enough, it'll start doing it to the nitrogen atoms. Said it again. Anyway. And what it'll do, that's when you see the reds and the pinks. Now the green ones are the ones that are up higher usually. Now there's also a red one we'll see above green sometimes. And that's another phenomenon we could talk about later. But essentially this is charged particles getting into our atmosphere, bouncing off the particles that are in our atmosphere, causing them to react. And when those particles go back to normal, or they're trying to, that energy is what you're actually seeing. So, of them trying to get back to normal. Near Earth objects. There was only 13 fireballs reported. Now, I know I've seen some reports on some ones that weren't necessarily reported right. So if we're looking at this, guys, again, look, not much going on. Again, they will keep adding to this. LD is lunar distance, the distance from us to the moon. Okay, that's the distance you're talking about there when we're looking at this. The size of them is right here. They're done in meters. So when we come over here, guys, and we see one that's like 4 or 2. And then you hear somebody making a big deal about it, please reconsider what they're saying. Because it's just not that relevant. If they're going to make a big deal about it, like it's, oh my gosh, it's coming this close. Well, let me tell you this. A 2 meter, like a 2 or a 3 meter rock makes it into our atmosphere, most likely it's not hitting the ground. Just so you know. Okay. So with that, I will show you this. Here's a coronal hole that is now passed, and that's what's going to be giving us solar wind. Okay, here in the next couple days. We'll have to wait and see how significant it is. They are not. Let me show you this. They're not saying that we're going to get into. They don't even think we're going to get above a 2 on the KP. Well, there's a 3 in there. This is the NOAA's prediction. Space Weather Prediction Center, official site. Okay, this is their prediction of geomagnetic storms up through the 30th. They were wrong last time, by the way. They were predicting us to get into one, and we didn't. Well, they said we had a pretty good chance. They weren't saying 100%, but yeah. So, with that being said, oh man, what's going on? Wow, had a 5.3 in the Philippines. Something's going on, guys. I'm sorry. Why are we like, there's the 4.2 Ricky was talking about. 5.3 in the Philippines, just like half hour ago. Okay, that happened at 23:46. This happened at 23:32. You're talking 14 minutes apart. You know, don't forget this big one over here, the 5.5 in Turkey. Wow. Now let me turn on all magnitudes. I like doing this because this really shows people that so if we want to look at this and look at what's going on to see where the activity is actually happening, we turn that on. You know, we had this kind of a strange one down here in Georgia. Missouri, I think this one. Yep. Notice where the swarming's going on, always, usually. But yeah, again, I'm just showing you what the main agencies are because I don't know how to read the other ones. And that's why I don't. I need to learn that. I've been trying to pick up a few tips from watching Ron and Terry and Ricky, but I haven't been able to understand it completely yet, and that's why I'm not willing to come out here and just say, hey, I know exactly what I'm talking about, like a lot of other people will do when they have no idea what they're saying. They'll go watch one YouTube video and think they know everything there is about it. And then they'll argue with you about it. Cracks me up. Anyway, you're not going to get that here. So, so yeah, guys, I mean, I think the big story, guys, right now is this earthquake stuff going on. There's one there in Mongolia, 4.3, 7. I was able to catch a little bit of Ron's show earlier today, but like I said, I've been unplugged quite a bit. I've been trying to stay that way so I can just spend time with my family. But they all went to bed, so that's why I went ahead and did this. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on right now, guys, just so you know. All I know is, let me show you this one more time. When that does that, and again, this stuff is not stopped yet. This is still current. This is going on right now. So, and we see all this mess. Look at that. That blows my mind right there. Yeah. Just saying. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. Wow, had to take a drink. But yeah, guys, I mean, I wish I had some more info on that, all that stuff for you. But this is my input on it right now. You guys would be doing really good for yourselves if you went over and checked out Ricky's new channel, Ron's channel, Terry's channel, Mark. I'm not sure if Mark's got a channel or not. But yeah. Hey, Wobby, what's up? So I just don't, you know, I do think that space weather is having an effect on what's going on. That's just my opinion. You know, I can't really claim anything 100% fact because I just don't know 100% fact on it. So I'm not going to sit here and claim that I have all the answers. It's just not going to happen. You know, guys, anybody out there that has channels, let me say this, this is, if I had to give you the best piece of advice that I could absolutely give somebody, is don't be afraid. Two things here. Don't be afraid to be wrong, and don't be afraid to admit it. Because if you just live by those two things, you'll find that you will get to the best information that you can. That goes for anybody running channels and anybody else that's not, that just doing research. Just don't be afraid to be wrong. Get that fear out of your head. If you think you want to show something that's important, do it. But if it's wrong, come back out and tell everybody you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? We don't see that enough. Also, I would add in there, sometimes, all the time, you should exercise some patience. Okay? Don't just jump out there and try to be the first one out there. There's no sense in that. The only time you want to be first on anything is if you're a journalist. Think about that. That's their goal. They're trying to break the story first. My goal here is to get the right information on the story. That way we know what we're doing. Now, if it's an emergency and I think it's going to be affecting us in 10 or 15 minutes, absolutely I'm busting out here with something. So, but regardless of that, that's what I would say to all the channels out there that are either just now getting started. If you do that, just don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to put your information out there, but don't be afraid to be wrong and admit it. People will appreciate that, I promise. I appreciate that from people, so I know. And that's why I've done it like this, like I've done it for so long. If I'm willing to be wrong, it allowed me to learn so much more. And I tell my kids this too. The second you think you know everything about any subject at all is the second that you stop learning. Because if you think you've got it 100% right, 100% down to the T, nobody has anything else to add, you will no longer learn anything else about that subject because you won't listen to it. You won't hear it. So please, just do those kinds of things. We'll find the answer together. What did I just do right here? I showed you my end of it, and I said, hey, go look at Ron's channel, go look at Ricky's channel, go look at Terry's channel, go look at Scott's channel, go look at everybody else's channel too. Because they know more about the earthquake subject than what I do. I can show you helioplots, but I can't tell you what I'm looking at exactly. I might be able to give you a basic, hey, this is what I see, but that's it. These other guys will get you guys further into the earthquake knowledge. I promise. I wouldn't send you guys over there if that wasn't the case. Who was leaving there? Who was that? Angelo in the Bronx. That's right, baby. Good to see you. Yeah, I did. Giggles. I went over and checked it out. I was able to hear him. He did a post on it too. It was pretty cool. Thanks, man. Marie Dutch is around. He don't absolutely all the time post on YouTube or do streams. He's over on Twitch a lot. That's where he goes, I think. So yeah. Again, guys, let me update these. We'll just scan down through these one more time, just so everybody can get a good idea of what we're looking at here. Again, I'm not going to be able to tell you exactly what I'm seeing, but this will give you an idea of... I'm doing okay, Angela. Thanks for asking. This will give you a good idea of at least something's happening. I don't think any of us have ever looked at a seismograph or anything like that. Oh, is he taking a week off, Optics? Okay, cool. For sure, Suicide. Thank you. Appreciate that. But yeah. If we're looking at all this, you can definitely tell. I mean, these are some strange looking signatures sometimes. Again, I call them strange because I don't know exactly what I'm looking at. I sure wish I did. I will eventually, I promise. But until then, I will be pushing you guys over to Ricky's channel, Ron's channel, all those guys, you know, Terry's, everybody's. So yeah. Let's do this real quick. I'm not sure if yeah, Mark's still on, guys. If you guys want to go over and hang out with me for a while, I'm going to go over here, guys, if you want to go with me. He will appreciate it, I promise. This is kind of a late night Wages World love bomb. But hey, anybody that's still here, let's go do it. All right? I promise you guys that you won't regret coming over here. This is Mark Pyre's channel, okay? Please come over here. And again, you won't regret it. And so, again, I just have to say that that's where I push people for positivity, just so you know. All right? I do appreciate everybody that's here. So please stick around and, you know, go over there with me. I'm going to drop my PayPal link in here again. If you guys want to help me out, that is much appreciated. Not expected, but appreciated. And there it is. And check out Axe. Yeah, like he just said. But, okay, if you said, okay, Rick, come on over. Come on, man. I'm serious. Give it a chance. Give it a chance. Give it a chance. That's right. But that's where I'm heading. Everybody follow the leader. I ain't the leader, but okay. Let's go to my channel again. I'm going to get you back over here to Mark's. I'm going to drop his link again to his live stream. Let's go give him some love. Tell him, hey, Wages is here. Hit that like button when you get over there. And here it is again. Come over, laugh with me. That's where we're heading, guys. God bless. Yahusha saves, and you can drink this Kool-Aid.